Hey, what's up? My name is Nelson, and today I'm talking about The Lost City. The Lost City follows a reclusive romance novelist who was sure nothing could be worse than getting stuck on a book tour with her cover model, until a kidnapping attempt sweeps them between into a cutthroat jungle adventure, proving life can be much stranger and more romantic than any of her paperback fictions. Well, that is all I'm going to say. This is a spoiler-free review. First off, I want to start off with the cast. You got Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum as our leads. And they are both really, really great in this film together. They work off of each other very, very well. You got Divine Joy Randolph. She plays Sandra Bullock's publisher in the film, and she was a huge, huge standout for me in this, as just with the humor that she had throughout, really, really did work well for me in this film. Daniel Radcliffe's in this, and he's he's a real funny character. I don't want to get too much into his character to get into spoilers, but he's really, really funny in this, and pretty good. Basically, this whole cast, there's a lot more, but this whole cast is actually really, really good to my surprise. I went to this movie not really knowing much. Every time the trailers came on when I was at the movies, I just kind of like shut my eyes, didn't pay attention very much. And that's usually what I do with a lot of trailers, because a lot of trailers do spoil a lot. But from what I was hearing from this, I kind of knew what I was getting into. But with this, I'm going to start off with the humor. The humor really, really works in this. And there is a lot of jokes that land throughout this film that really, really did work. A lot of running jokes throughout. And just the banter between our two leads, played by Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, they were just so funny together, and it really, really did work. The action in this, we got Brad Pitt in this movie, actually, and he was one I didn't mention in the beginning, but he was so funny in this, and really, really worked. When I heard he was in it, and what he was doing in it, I was kind of like, oh, okay, Brad Pitt, they got a big name actor, but he was so funny. He was like their like trainer. He was set out to go find Sandra Bullock, who had gotten kidnapped in the film, as it says in the synopsis, and it was really, really good. But the action in this actually was a little bit better than I thought. There was a lot of chasing, and for the most part, most of that really, really worked for me. This does have a little bit, like, they do a lot of comedy in this, and then they try their best to do emotional stuff. And when they first did an emotional type scene with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock, it worked really well, and I was like, okay, I didn't think it would work well, but it worked well. But then there was another emotional scene, and another emotional scene, and it started to kind of get like a little too much. There was a scene in this movie that I felt could have been completely cut out, and this movie could have been a bit tighter. It was a little long. It was like a little under 2 hours, and there was just a couple scenes that I noticed that could have just been completely taken out, especially some of these emotional scenes. The movie, it doesn't look amazing. Like, the cinematography, the camera work and all that is pretty standard, pretty good, but I just didn't, there was a lot of times it didn't look very well, but there was times where some of these shots looked beautiful, and there was very minimal CGI, which I felt like that was good for this, but there was a part with a volcano in the film, and it was not good. It just felt very out of place in the film, and didn't really work for me. But overall, I honestly thought going into this movie that this was going to be a piece of shit, and I ended up having such a good time with it, really. I know I did have a lot of bad things to say about it, but I ended up having such a good time with this film. For my score, I'm going to give it actually a 68%. Like I said, I had a lot of fun. Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock were really awesome in this, and it's just a really good time at the theaters, I thought. But if you like what I'm doing on this channel, like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Nelson Reviews. Follow me on Letterboxd at Nelson48. Peace out.